Welcome back inside the Brogan Hillman show, and today we have Trevor Lawrence 5-year contract extension, ties with Joe Burrow's historic contract extension. But before we get into it, we have the Bible verse. Today's Bible verse is 2 Timothy 1:7, and it goes, "For God did not give us a spirit of timidity, but a spirit of power, love, and self-discipline." Now this is just saying, don't be scared, don't be timid. You have the Lord with you. Be courageous with all that you do. Be you, be yourself, be a person of love. Go spread love in the world. Go spread courage in the world. Be a light in the world. Do not be scared, for the Lord is with you. Now let's get right into Trevor Lawrence's historic contract extension. Trevor Lawrence, again, signed a 5-year, $275 million deal. This is very, very high up on the boards. This is tied second with Joe Burrow for the highest contract extension of all time, versus obviously Patrick Mahomes and his 10-year extension. Trevor Lawrence, he signed through 2030 there in Jacksonville. He'd be locked up for a while. He got $200 million guaranteed. So he's getting a lot of money. $200 million guaranteed, 142 bonus. That is a lot of money. He's going into his 4th year as the Jaguars quarterback, already fifth up his 5th-year extension. So this is good through, again, 2030. He'll be there for a while. Joe Burrow will be with the Bengals through 2029. These quarterbacks are getting paid. He's 24 years old. He was the first overall pick, obviously, in 2021. And he has been a baller ever since he's been in Jacksonville. His first year or two was shaky, but there's a lot of quarterbacks that come into the league, and they need a little bit to translate. Peyton Manning is a prime example of this. He threw 1 million interceptions his rookie year. But through his 3 years, Trevor Lawrence has been pretty good. Obviously, his rookie year was very, very rough with 12 touchdowns to 17 interceptions. Not a good ratio there at all. But he picked it up a lot in his second year, going 25-8. That ratio, flipped. It was over a 3-to-1 ratio, which is great for a second-year quarterback. He really took that sophomore leap. And then his junior year, 21 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. In both his sophomore and junior campaigns had been over 4,000 yards as well. So he's had very, very solid stats. He's had success in the NFL recently. Obviously took that team past the wild card 2022-23 season when they had that historic comeback against the Chargers. Big comeback in that wild card game, knocking out Justin Herbert in that squad, and then falling ultimately to the Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round in a great game. But Trevor Lawrence has been a very, very good quarterback. He also had Urban Meyer to blame his very first year in the NFL. He just wasn't gifted a great scenario. They went out and got him targets, like they got Christian Kirk for his second year, Calvin Ridley for last year. He was just not equipped his first year to exceed at all. You had Urban Meyer, who was a terrible coach in the NFL. Then you had no targets. You had your rookie running back in Travis Etienne, who also had injuries his first year, so he was out as well. He just was not equipped to succeed his first year, his rookie year. So we'll look way past that. Second and third year, really stepped it up. And now you sign him obviously for 5 more years, guaranteed with his 5th-year option. So you expect him to just be a stud and play at the caliber you expected him to play when you drafted him first overall in 2021. I think he's going to show why he was the unanimous first overall selection that year. He's obviously a stud. Growing up, Clemson's my second college football team, Coastal obviously being my first. I know what Trevor Lawrence is capable of. He is a stud, probably the best quarterback in Clemson history. You can make an argument for Deshaun Watson, Taj Boyd, but Trevor Lawrence just did unspeakable things there at Clemson, had historic run in college, only lost like 1 or 2 games as the starter. He is just overall a very, very good football player, obviously, and he deserves this contract extension. He's going to be making noise in the NFL, and he's going to be a face of the league for years to come. Trevor Lawrence, very, very well deserved contract extension. But something else I want to mention just before wrapping this up, Calais Campbell, a veteran, signs with the Miami Dolphins. We know we went out and saw him get Shaquille Barrett earlier in the offseason, and then obviously drafting Chop Robinson, Muhammad Kamara, and now signing the elder veteran Calais Campbell. It'll be very interesting to see what that Dolphins defense is going to look like, and I'm just very excited for this upcoming NFL season. There's been so much noise this offseason. Now I'm finally excited to see it all play out into the actual season. I love you all very, very much. Thank you for tuning into the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, but most importantly, keep God number one. I love you all very, very much. It's been Brogan Hillman, and I'm out.